Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Unspecified Podcast. Look, like always, we have a lot to get into. A slam-packed one out of nowhere.
That's
okay.
right.
Hello. Good to see you guys. Okay.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Hello.
Me and my significant other.
Significant other?
Yeah, just, letting folks know.
Hello.
My better half. But,
okay. I'll accept better half.
A lot going on. Want to get into a lot of weird weather stuff. What's going on with, world leaders. We got a lot to get into.
We do, but hold on. Just hold the phone for a second. We're like that old friend, that's been there. You've been friends for a long time, and you may not talk every day. You may not talk every month. Okay, but when you start talking again, it's like you just pick up right where you left off. So here we are.
Picking up right where we left
That's
off.
right.
What's up, folks? Okay. Yeah, unexpected. Okay, it's unspecified.
That's
all right.
right.
That's the whole point of the name of the show. Okay.
we knew what we were. Okay.
A lot to get into tonight. First, we want to say before we get into anything that hello and thank you. Okay, we thank you guys for hanging out with us this evening. You could be anywhere for however long you choose to hang out. We thank you, and we brofish you.
Brofish.
Yeah, honorary brofish. Thank you guys. So, without any further ado,
What is up? Okay, yes, sorry. Let's get into it.
yes, MLP, very good to see you. I'm sorry.
A little
Squish,
rusty.
McGish, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Lisa Camfield, good to see you. Dyer, good to see you. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'll say hi to more folks as we go on, but man, we have a lot to get into tonight, so let's dive on in. I did not intend to start here, but it is on the thumbnail.
It is on the thumbnail.
Okay, this is not where I
enough.
intended to start.
Right.
But we'll just go ahead and start here. All right, cuddly tyrants. Bizarre moment. Xi and Putin go in for 2 hugs and unprecedented touchy-feely embrace during, sorry guys, this is the redneck in me. What is that? Despots?
I don't know.
Despots? That must be something I'm unaware of. But apparently, obviously, teams are
两国
forming.
元首就乌克兰危机问题深入交换了意见。
Yeah. So they met, and I heard about this. I heard that they were going to be meeting. I check in every now and then on different articles and stuff, and there's just so much going on.
Right.
Like seriously, like it's insane. He said the core of the global security initiative is advocating the vision of common fundamental solution to the Ukraine issue. Oh boy. So they're going to team up. I would, if I was a betting man.
Okay, why is this significant? But, didn't I hear before that Putin was very, specifically not touchy-feely, like he would not shake hands with, who was it?
I've seen that, yeah.
Right, and I always heard that it was because he was just very cautious, so for him to not go in for just 1, but 2 G hugs.
Yeah, John. Good to see you, John. U.S. Patriot Lady. Good to see you. I agree, Shadow Mask. 2 actors hugging. Playing their part, man. Playing their part. So, World War III may already have started in the shadows.
Oh.
Right.
Captain Obvious is here.
I wanted to show this article because, this headline, but that it's like they're out in the open with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it just shows a further step of progression, which a lot of us who pay attention to the signs and kind of see what's going on, we kind of already knew.
Right.
Ever since the Nord Stream pipeline, that stuff, or Taiwan, and
Okay,
so it's been going on for a minute.
But also, do you remember the healthcare plan for 2024? And it was does not include any coverage for acts of war, both declared and undeclared. And
I wish we had that clip. I wish I could play that clip all the time. You know what I mean? So let's see. Cyber intrusions, arson, bombings, and other mayhem feature in the conflict between West and East. And there's folks talking on Twitter about there were Jordanian immigrants Okay, I don't know if that's the polite word or whatnot, but you get the point. They were pretending to be Amazon drivers in a box truck, and they went to a military base. And I mean, the could be attack was thwarted, but there was also a Chinese guy who was here illegally who was also caught driving around on a military base.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that people are
Yeah.
talking about on Twitter.
Absolutely.
And we might get into some more of that tonight. But this is not where we want to stay for too long, because I mean we got plenty to get back to, to get through.
Oh, what's the matter? World War III is not exciting enough?
It is, but I'm
No,
just kind of
not for
touching on some headlines,
2024.
and I'm going to touch on some headlines throughout the night that I pulled out that I thought were interesting. But I really wanted to talk about this apocalyptic scenes in Texas as monster storm rips through Lone Star State, killing at least 4 and leaving 1 million without power.
Wow.
Buildings falling in. It was like 80 to 100 mile an hour wind. I mean, it was like, that storm came through our neck of the woods.
Wow, you guys. This is downtown. Look at the bot.
Look at the windows. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, and so like Houston, Tornado Alley, it's nothing new, but like that was insane. That was insert your disaster film, and that was a scene straight out of it. Okay,
Mhm.
that was like, remember, and I know it was in LA, but remember, what is it, Day After Tomorrow, or I don't remember which one it was, but this tornado comes and it like just barely hits the building and it sucks out the room this guy's in, and then it dissipates and it leaves like the rest of the building except for this one area that it touched. And I mean, like that was insane. The sides of buildings, all those windows on those buildings. I mean, and typically, all right, previously when I was growing up, my mom is a meteorologist, and she had told me that basically it's not that tornadoes can't form in the city. It's just that the skyscrapers disrupt the wind vortex, right? Like it disrupts it. So it's just very unlikely. And if it did, it would be a low level. And lately, here in New Orleans, obviously in Houston, we're seeing that that's not the case. So like, well, why? Why is that not the case?
Well, I think something, and I don't have the solutions to anything, but I think that anybody, with eyes to see, can see that something wacky is going on.
Yeah.
Something different.
Well, and we even
in a lot of different ways.
Right.
Not just, this aspect of the weather, but in different ways. Check this out.
Oh, there it goes. It went.
Oh my
I told you.
God.
I told you.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's insane.
That really is. I have so much to say, but I won't. I shan't.
But look, there's a whole rabbit hole with the Houston weather. Okay. So, obviously windows were knocked out all over Houston. 950,000 people without power.
Over 1 million now, I
Over
think.
1 million. And it says Houston storms leave 7 dead, buildings shattered, and power outages may last weeks. Okay.
Looking at that video with the down.
Look at all the stuff in the street. All the glass.
have 3 thoughts. One is, ooh, sparkles. 2 is, can you imagine being in that storm with all this glass flowing around?
No, I really can't. I mean, that's like unreal to me. I mean, I not that it's, oh, I can't believe it's not possible.
No, it's
but,
like literally worse.
I
That's
can't
nightmare
imagine
fuel.
that. I really can't even imagine that. So look here though, it starts to get really interesting.
I noticed that in the video. I was gonna say, what are those red streaks I'm seeing?
Folks propose that, you know, you see the
We
see
just
the beam.
saw it. We just saw it in the video. I don't know. It wasn't mentioned, but I saw red streaks.
See, did anyone else notice the 2 red lightning strikes? Was it lightning? You know what I mean? Here's the video again. Boom, boom. What is that? Let me see. I don't know if I can make it bigger. Does anybody notice the weird look? Boom, boom. Is that lightning? Doesn't look like any lightning I've ever seen.
Because go back, I was assuming when we saw it on the last video, I was assuming that it must be like a bug or I don't know, something that's catching a glare from whatever is recording. But I don't know why it'd be red.
Really weird. Space lasers? I don't know. I mean, look, I'm just looking at what's on Twitter. This is Twitter. This is Twitter's madness, not mine. Okay. It seems like this Natalie Denise is saying that she predicted this. So maybe she's someone that you could follow on Twitter. I don't know. Okay, but if you're not following us on Twitter, you should definitely do that. Okay. It's at still unspecific. Nah. Here, let's keep her moving. So this is really kind of
Hard for the course a little.
out of left field, this next one.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you meant the...
So let's see. Where do we go? Okay, here's some Houston stuff. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Glass was breaking. That's insane. Okay, does anybody remember this truck?
Semi-truck somehow dangling off the edge of the Clark Memorial Bridge. We don't know exactly how this happened yet. Rescue crews trying to get to him. Now, when they pull out, you'll see off to the top right of your screen, you'll see the fire truck and all the firefighters up there.
So I'm not sure if any of you guys remember this.
I remember.
But I remember it, okay? I the day this happened, I sat down and watched it, okay? Being in the industry that I went into with the tow trucks and all that, this was right up my alley. And if you notice, the only thing holding that truck from going over is the back end of the trailer right here up against that beam. So, like, I mean, I think it's purely a miracle that, I mean, you know, that it didn't go all the way off. I mean, it's insane.
Right.
Well, and, you know, not to bring it into a darker note, but today I just saw, I don't know if you guys have seen the dash cam video that was released. Okay. And a lot of people said during the time, you know, like, oh my goodness, DEI driver or something like that. You know, I heard people say that, but I'm just, I mean, that truck like comes out of nowhere. Okay. That is absolutely horrifying.
Isn't it?
Okay. That is absolutely worst case scenario on a bridge. And then to just dangle there for how long?
Right, until rescue came. So I did look it up. The guy driving the blue truck, because the blue truck, I mean, like, they talk about her quick reaction saved her life. I don't really understand what she did, but that truck, like, he took a hit, but he did live. He went on to survive and be charged with 4 counts of wanton endangerment and 1 count of operating on a suspended license.
Oh, man. He lived.
Yeah,
That guy lived in the blue truck.
he lived. Yep,
This dude,
that dude.
that guy.
Yeah, and then got charged.
I can't believe that he got whacked with an
I
18-wheeler
know.
on top of a bridge. I mean, Dragon Slayer, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Hank Holiday, also very good to see you. Astua, very good to see you. License, good to see you. Patrick, Brofish, everybody. right
But
there.
he was trying to avoid. I get caught up in the semantics. He was avoiding a car that was like stalled or stopped on the bridge.
So maybe not totally his fault.
But he got all the charges.
No, I think it might be. I mean, what reason would he have? If you look right here, the bridge, like,
It says his attorney has argued for lesser charges, saying there were no serious injuries or death. Bro, did you see the bridge though?
but if there was going to be a death, we'd almost see
Right,
what it would
would
look
have
like.
been yours.
I mean, golly.
Your Honor, if anyone was going to die, it would have been my client, surely.
Mm.
Please, the Lord saw fit to spare him, can you?
So I just thought this was a nice follow-up. And I, you know, when I saw this, I was like, wait, is that one truck that went off the bridge?
Yeah.
And yeah, the guys that did this job of recovering this, that's insane. I mean, that's really insane. All right. You want to talk about heroes?
That was just the beginning of our 2024 bridge fiascos.
That's right. A lot of stuff going on
Child's
with bridges.
play, you might say.
Yeah. All right, let's keep her moving here. All right, so you know, just doing a little check-in on the economy.
Oh, it's bad.
How's that going? Rent and mortgage prices are going up. No worries. No worries. Check this little thing out. Slides right into the headrest. Check
What's
this
up,
out.
Dragon Slayer?
Now, for car camping for one person, this isn't a bad idea. But to suggest that, like, you know, what, you sleep in the parking lot at work and you shower at the gym and...
Right, with all the, you know, current...
And I'm not hating it. That's what you do. I mean, that's totally, you know, your decision if this is... But it just seems like something's going on.
Dude, it seems like every other day I look on the news. No, not even every other day. Multiple times a day, I see, you know, grape charges and grape stories and stuff like that. And we're thinking that it's a good idea for young women to sleep in a car.
Look,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done it.
I just
okay?
wanted to
But
show. Okay,
it
let's
was
see.
different times.
All right, now for a totally different left field. Here we go.
What do you think about this, though? Just out of curiosity. Like, what are your thoughts, like, for camping? Or, you know, let's say you were just going to be in town for a couple of days and didn't want to rent a hotel room. Is this something that you would consider if it was just you?
I actually think it's pretty neat.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's versatile.
I don't know if I would fit or if it would hold me or how comfortable it would be.
It would be a really good, like, bug out thing, you know, like...
Yeah, actually, that's actually really, yeah, I mean, zombie kind of, you
Right.
know, almost zombie proof, not really,
Right,
but kind of,
like-
you know, if you know, armor up the outside of the car a little bit, you know, I mean.
Oh, I see. She's not in America. Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's memes,
She's safe. No, just kidding. It's spreading.
China. All right. Y'all ready for this one? Buckle up. Okay, this isn't my idea. I just saw it and thought, hey, a lot of people are talking about this. What do y'all think? So don't shoot the messenger.
That's right.
Okay. Supposedly no edits, no filter. They propose that there may be a sun simulator in front of the real sun.
If you look at the reflection, there are two dots, and you know what I mean. The light reflection there, reflection, whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Do you
Right
think it's
there.
just a bunch of hoopla?
I don't know. I don't think it's hoopla because let me tell you, I saw some interesting little TikTok videos and stuff
Well, I got more.
about the eclipse. Okay, and they were saying that the eclipse was actually had been planned. You know, like never before has anybody taken years to plan for an eclipse. Well, it was planned for because they were turning the fake sun on, right? Now, I'm not saying I buy into this. I'm just saying I'm here for the tea, okay? And that was the tea. And, you know, there you go.
Okay. Well, Check this
Yeah,
out.
guys. Now you know there's something going on with the sun when the elderly are speaking out about this. This lady is speaking on the sun, how she has never seen the sun do what it's doing right now.
Sorry.
About this. This lady is speaking on the sun, how she has never seen the sun do what it's doing right now. It looks like the sun is grabbing at something, which means it's pulsating, which we showed y'all that before. But she has been on this earth for almost 80 years and she's never seen the sun do this. And she's also stated that the sun looks different. Like there's a bigger sun and a smaller sun, possibly two suns. Check this out, y'all.
Looking at, look at the sun right there. What's it doing? See that? It look like it's doing it. That's what people say. That's what people are saying. Huh? Yeah, but don't stare at it too long. People say it's flashing too like that. So you've heard that before? Yeah. I've never seen that. And it's yellow spot around. Look at that.
You hear? There's a spot around the sun.
Grabbing at something. Mm-hmm. I have never seen it.
Imagine what she's seen, y'all. Total different sun. She stated that.
And it was. Because it was bigger when I looked at it the first time.
You see? Probably another sun, right? The sun changing, right? Sometimes there's a small sun in the sky. Sometimes there's a bigger sun in the sky. And she's talking about that, y'all. Y'all need to listen to the elder when they speak.
Because how long you been looking at it? I've been looking at it 20 minutes. No, I mean in your lifetime. No, I've never seen that before like that. I've never seen it like that. And I just used to open the curtains down there and I couldn't get away from it.
New sun vibes, baby.
See no sun look like this. Now look at what it's doing. It's just rising, I guess. And something is over it or something, because it ain't keeping still.
Look, y'all hear that? It's not keeping still. That's because they're always chasing the sun with those planes, y'all. They're always trying to put those things in front of the plane. The sun is a sentient being. The sun is a...
Right. I don't know.
And I already know what all you naysayers are gonna say. Okay, they're gonna come in and say, well, maybe if you're staring at the sun for 20 minutes, you're gonna start to see things. Okay, well, shame on you. All right, that's what I say. Shame on you for not listening to your elders. That woman has seen some things. She knows some things. Y'all listen to her. All right, now anyway.
Okay. So before the naysayers come in, okay, I just, check this out.
China has created their own sun, and it is claimed to be...
I've been trying to find this video for a very long time, okay? I have been trying. You had shown me this video a very long time ago. We have been trying to find it ever since. It is very difficult to find. I'm so elated to be here with you sharing this right now. All right, go ahead.
5 times hotter than the sun. China's East, a marvel in nuclear fusion technology, has just set a record, achieving a scorching temperature of 158 million degrees Fahrenheit for an impressive 17 minutes. This achievement marks a crucial step towards harnessing the power of nuclear fusion, a process that mimics the sun, offering a potential source of nearly unlimited clean energy. The temperatures achieved dwarf even the core of the sun, which reaches about 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. For decades, scientists have chased the dream of nuclear fusion, the very process that fuels stars. This pursuit involves fusing hydrogen atoms into helium at extremely high temperatures, akin to creating a miniature sun on Earth. The tokamak design, resembling a donut-shaped chamber, superheats plasma to replicate these stellar conditions. However, achieving and maintaining such extreme temperatures for fusion has been a significant scientific challenge since the first tokamak was created in 1958. East's groundbreaking progress brings us closer to a future where energy is derived from our very own artificial sun. This advancement isn't just about breaking records. It's about rereading the rules.
Is it bullcrap?
I have questions.
So I'm just saying, hypothetically, because it could just be propaganda. China making fake crap saying they made a fake sun. But if it's real, then if I was a betting man, I would bet that if they have it, there ain't no way that Russia or
Oh my gosh, I was just about
the
to say that.
U.S. is, there's no way that we don't have something else as well.
Right. First of all, after having sat on it a little bit for a couple of years and not remembering what it says, I have questions now. First of all, if it's already like
Kelly, thank you.
How many times hotter than the core of the sun, and how we're not able to get close to the sun because we vaporize because it's so hot, but we're able to launch this something that's like many times, and it, not to mention the fact that it's smaller than the freaking at New Year's Eve ball drop in New York City, and it's China, y'all. No offense, but I'm just saying, like, this is the non-name brand version of something else. Who's got the something else? All right. I have a lot of questions.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you so much for that super chat.
That little bit right there with the whoop, that looks a little fake. I'm gonna be honest. That right there, that looks a little fake.
Totally could be.
I'm disappointed. I really thought China had a fake sun because of the video we saw a couple years ago. This isn't exactly it.
No, it's not exactly it.
I think it's all a lie.
And then, of course, this chick,
You hear speculation.
she always has a theory,
I love her.
I don't know if we want to sit here for 10 minutes.
Oh,
but
wow. Dang it. That is a long time. But she's hilarious. She's like Kathy Griffith if she didn't go crazy.
Around, let's go. No, this one is big. In fact, out of all the videos I have ever made, this by far will be the biggest.
I think I've heard her say that like 3 times.
It's part of her charm.
Hang on to your britches, boys and girls, because this is about to, well, get real and real fast. It's a beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky. The sun is shining. What if I were to tell you the sun that is shining right now, my friends, is our biggest problem? Because that sun out there, that is not our sun. Hold on. For the past few weeks before the eclipse, something in me has been saying, this is not right. Something is off. This is not a natural occurrence. I cannot count how many times I prayed to God asking him, Yahweh, is this you, this eclipse, or is this some sinister scheme that Satan has devised and had man carry out? Saturday night, we were in Boise celebrating my son's birthday at a restaurant when I went to the restroom. And when I go to the bathroom, that's when I tend to pray. And I did. I prayed to God again about the eclipse on Saturday night. As I was leaving the restaurant bathroom, as I stepped into the hallway, something, my Holy Spirit said, kiddo, look down. Y'all, when I looked down, I saw a tile floor beneath my feet, but it was as if it was amplified. And that tile floor had a geometric shape. It was hexagons. I'll come back to that. Y'all, I'm actually shaking. My knees are shaking. Hold on.
Okay, I don't know if I can do it this time.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to sit here for this whole thing, but something's fishy,
Something
and folks
fishy.
are talking about it. And that's what I want to bring to you guys' attention and let you know.
That's right.
I'm
way too focused on her neck. It looks so strained.
I don't know. All right, let's sunflowers are turning away from the sun.
They
because
reject you, false sun.
The sunflowers are telling us the real story
Hey, that's
here.
for real, okay? Where I grew up, we had fields and fields of sunflowers, big ones like this, all right? And they follow the sun. And they are shunning the sun. Shunned.
What do you think?
Shunned.
I don't know.
All right.
And my solar stuff charges just fine. Right. But
does it though?
Listen.
My solar stuff is broken.
Well, hold on. Check this out. Okay, Kelly. So I have this little solar charger, like a battery pack. Okay. And it has a little solar panel on it. And it has a little charging indicator. Okay. And if you set it out in the sun, the little charging indicator will blink and show that it's, its charge is growing. So basically, I have this little light right here on the desk behind me.
Right.
Okay. And if I turn that light on bright enough, it charges the little battery pack with the solar panel on it.
No.
So
way.
I'm just saying, I don't know if it's actually getting a charge.
That is so
It's
cool.
happening.
Right
I can
now,
post
I'm
a short
looking
about
at
it. I mean,
oh my gosh, you should.
if
do
you
that.
want me to post a short about that, I'll do that.
I'll do it. I'll press the like
but
button.
I'm just saying. So I don't know exactly how solar panels work or what exactly they need, but I've seen in different scenarios, different LED lights bright enough will charge a solar panel.
That's pretty cool.
It's weird.
That is
it's
really
weird.
cool.
And I don't know how much scientific basis there is to it.
And
But
that light kind of looks like a little sun.
it does. It's a little round light. It's really weird.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, we'll move on from this. Okay. New study warns that geomagnetic storm that struck Earth last week could unleash wave of hurricanes.
So many words in that. Geomagnetic storm. Okay, that's a lovely group of words, isn't it? It makes me think of geostorm, obviously.
Listen, folks. Listen. Okay, I won't do that. But
I was like, dang it. You say something very Alex Jonesy. They're making the frogs gay. Da!
Making the frogs gay. No. That's the last thing that you want to hear on the Gulf Coast is wave of hurricanes.
That's right.
Okay.
And that's what I was gonna say. So geomagnetic storm, unleash a wave of hurricanes. And look at this. It looks like a wave and it looks like a hurricane. They did great with the symbology here.
It's already caused radio blackouts, GPS disruptions. Now a new study suggests that solar storm that hit Earth last week could unleash a wave of hurricanes.
I believe it. Look, Landon has a video that he took of our local radar during the storm the other day, and which is the same storm that hit Houston, and the wind goes like, and then it just acts like nothing just happened, like it didn't just freak out. And then but it clearly did, and everybody is already like, because we've gone 2 years without a hurricane. That's big for here. We have Hurricane Ida was our last hurricane.
Notice I'm real quiet.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say these things.
Lord, help me. Please, Lord.
Okay, I'm going to stop now. Anyway, a lot of people are already speculating, though.
Look, I got this really cool portable shower idea. I'm going to have to show you guys. I'm going to have to do a video on it. I'm wanting to do this portable shower. And look, when the power goes out and you've decided that you're going to stay at the home base and you're gonna
on day 5 of no power,
but you're cleaning up the neighborhood, helping the neighbors, you're trying to source fuel from out of town because all the fuel in town is gone. We go into a little mini survival mode, SHTF, and this time I'm gonna have a shower.
Oh yeah, we were looking for one last time.
You had to go out of state, to get to the nearest any form of civilization. So it gets wild. I hope there is not a wave of hurricanes, Lord willing. But Lord willing, if there is, we'll get through it.
LOL anti, that's funny.
All right, let's keep moving here.
MLP, how does the wind go, Tiff? It was like...
It goes like...
No, it was like... It was very...
You should see it. It's very weird. It is. All right, here we go. All right, are you ready for this one? We won't stay for the whole 8 minutes of it, okay? But a lot of people are talking about this.
Hot take. No, I'm just kidding.
Really
It's a good take. It's a good take.
Anxious for some reason, okay? So I'm just going to give you all the information. It's public knowledge. So I'm just going to point you in the right direction where you can look it up yourself and make your own decisions based on that, okay? Here we go. So last Sunday, I'm on my way home. I stop and take this picture because I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. It's very interesting, okay? Because these like bubble wave clouds, and then if you can see this like bow that it's making, and you can see the clouds over here too where it's rippling out, it almost looks like it's rays coming from something, okay? So I call my best friend. I'm like, wow, go look up in the sky right now. That looks so cool. And she said, whoa, what do you think's causing that? And I was joking. I wasn't thinking anything nefarious. And I said, it's HARP. And I was joking. However, then I remembered, I haven't even heard anything about HARP in a really long time. And I really needed a refresher on what even is this. I just remember hearing that it could like cause earthquakes and it controls weather. And it's like energy weapons, whatever. Okay. So anyways, I Google it. This is the first article that comes up. Okay, so HARP stands for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. Okay? So in this article, it says it's a notice that there will be an upcoming HARP ionospheric test from Alaska the 8th through the 10th of May of 2024. What happened the 8th through the 10th of 2024? We saw auroras as south as Florida. And I was out there taking pictures with everybody else, like, wow, this is like a bucket list. This is crazy. Okay. But we were told that it was because a geomagnetic storm, right? So here's the thing, though. Whenever there is geomagnetic storms, which there is, I'm not denying that, okay? It takes a couple hours up to a day for that to reach Earth, okay? This article was written Friday, May 3rd, 2024. That's when this article was released. So it's 5 days in advance. So it's not like it was coordinated to have this testing during natural auroras. That's not what this is. Okay, so just from some fast facts, okay? Who's funding HARP? This is who's funding them. Back in 2014, the U.S. Air Force notified Congress that it intended to shut down HARP, which was a controversial Alaska-based research facility that studies energetic and active regions of the upper atmosphere. This was 2014. Obviously, they did not shut it down. This is about their instrument. This is where HARP is located. By shooting intense radio beams into the night sky, researchers created a modest neon light show visible from the ground. The process is not well understood, but scientists speculate it could one day be employed to light a city or generate celestial advertisements. Who?
Celestial advertisements. I mean, okay, all right, dude, a minute detail. Thank you, brother. It says all the geoengineering really needs to stop. The weather is an interconnected system. You cannot manipulate or modify one part of it without impacting somewhere else downstream. Yep. Yeah. Thanks for that super chat, bro. I don't know. Y'all want to keep hearing?
The research could improve understanding of the aurora, also help explain how the ionosphere adversely affects radio communications. It's not yet clear if the aurora must already be active before an artificial sky show can be induced. Just keep reading the rest. Several federal agencies, laboratories, universities, all of these countries listed up above are eager for HARP's unique resources, which would further spread American influence and leadership. Ear note that. So again, back in 2014, when this article was published, they referenced that in 2010, Venezuelan leader Hugo Chavez claimed that HARP, or a program like it, triggered the Haiti earthquake. Now watch. Is it possible to create an artificial earthquake using HARP? It says it's theoretically possible. There's no evidence that it has been done, though. You can go ahead and read this. So HARP emits electrical impulses in our ionosphere. The ionosphere is this, okay, and then read down here at the bottom with what it's used for, okay? So if it reflects and modifies radio waves used for communication and navigation, it's also along the same lines of a geomagnetic storm, which we anticipate will down technology. And so this is the only one in the world. Here's what the ionosphere does. This is what happens without an ionosphere. The instrument spans over 33 miles. And back in November is when this article is published by .edu. HARP artificial air globe may be widely visible in Alaska. Well, now it's visible everywhere. By the way, HARP's been around since 1993. It was completed in 94. This is the frequency that it emits to create artificial auroras. This article is from 2005. First artificial neon sky show created. These are images from HARP. It is not yet clear if the aurora must already be active before an artificial sky show can be induced. So this is, and again, such radio-fueled emissions could form the basis of a technology for urban lighting and celestial advertising and more. There is so much information out there about artificial aurora.
Can you imagine walking outside, right, and where it would normally be like the most clearest night of the sky, there's a giant Coca-Cola floating, like celestial advertisement, or there's like a McDouble, like a McDonald's like burger just tumbling through space.
Okay, here's the problem. The first time or two, it would be kind of cool, and then we would just all miss the old times when there was none of that. You know?
Right.
Everybody would want to see the floating cheeseburger.
A minute
at least
detail.
once.
Thank you, bro. He says, additionally, God bless y'all and happy Friday.
Happy Friday!
Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you've got your beverages because we've still got more to get into.
That's right. There's always more. Although, okay, it's been what do you guys think? Has it been a eventful 2024 election year thus far, or has it been kind of not? I mean,
Well, we've got some more clips to show you here in a little bit.
eventful, of course, but that's just the status quo since, 2020 is there's always something going on. But like for it being an election year, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll crank up. Just bear with it.
I
Okay?
don't want it to. I just anticipate.
There are what are they called? Useful dingleberries. I don't want to say idiots because that's we're not supposed to be calling people idiots.
That's right.
But useful dingleberries.
That's me.
And no, with their the causes that they have, their cause.
Right.
Okay, they're canceling graduations.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they are trying to ruffle some stuff up.
That's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's dying down, but they are trying. Okay, and if they can't quite get what they want, I'm afraid we might see something big. And boy, oh boy, if you don't think they have something
absolutely
big that they could do, not to cause fear, but with inflation as it is, okay, I could see things getting harder financially,
Right.
okay, and but at the same time, the inflation could be a tool. There could be a much bigger plan that is just would just blow your mind if because truth is stranger than fiction, and people that we think are good guys may not be good guys, and people so there's we'll see. We got a lot to get into.
That's right.
Is coming from HARP. This is a picture that I took in my backyard on the 9th when I was oohing and on at an artificial aurora. Again, HARP, High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, that was literally doing artificial aurora testing May 8th through the 10th. They issued this notice May 3rd, 5 days before we saw the auroras. And I'd actually spoken to someone about this, and they said, well, it's not a secret. If it's online, they don't care who knows. And I said, well, how did you find out about it? And she said, well, you told me. Where else have you heard this? Nowhere. The media is not talking about this. Why would me just randomly Googling HARP and then finding this out, why would that discredit what's happening? As always, I encourage you all to do your own research. I don't know why they're doing this. I'm sure we've all heard over the past couple years about the possibility that there would be like a holographic staged alien invasion or whatever.
We've talked about that. There was a CIA guy who was doing it's basically in a documentary setting, and he was, talking about a bunch of stuff. I don't know whether it was, classified, declassified, real, fake, but, it sure seemed legit.
This research, which is public, literally explains that they're doing this, how they're doing it, and the potential of doing it. What even is a celestial advertisement?
I'm telling you, it's a big Coca-Cola floating through the sky. You know, a bunch of McDonald's fries all over the place. You know, it's probably just like an advertisement at a movie, but up in the sky. And at first, it's going to be cool, but pretty soon it's going to become dystopic. You know what I mean? Like Blade Runner. They're just going to be everywhere, okay? Maybe that's a little crazy, but could you imagine if, let's say, we entered some kind of martial law, societal breakdown, and the president was like up in the sky, and like, you know, the sky is a big screen or something like that, and he's giving orders and curfews and stuff like that. Isn't that, I don't know, it's a weird place my head went, but interesting. This is interesting.
What even is that?
I don't know, man. All right, let's so we got cuddly tyrants, okay. Putin and Xi are getting along, okay. They're having tea, if we can ever find it. All right, and they're chummy, okay. So these must be their like right hand men with them. Could you imagine, like, how skilled do you think these men are at protective diplomatic protection? You know, and that must be their two like most hard.
I love the glasses. Like, no, we're just bookworms.
You thought they were glasses? They're weapons, and only the highest agents at their level have them.
We're all in the same book club.
I don't know. Anyway, World War III may already have started in the shadows. We talked about that a little bit earlier. I'm just touching into this. Okay. Oop, you okay?
Yes.
Uh-oh. We have an office chair malfunction. All right. We're just going to keep her moving then. Okay. Let's see. The next big thing, bird flu. Okay? That's the next thing, right? We talked about a little bit about this on a couple of videos that I've done. All right. You guys may or may not know, I'm like a chicken guy. Okay. All right. I live under the crude, strict, tyrannical laws of chicken math.
That's right.
Okay. Where if God wants me to have 10 chickens,
20 it is.
then 40 it is. Okay. No. But you know, get some chickens, guys. We need some ways to have food at home. We can make bread. It's not crazy. Amazon these days, they have all these bread makers. Takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. Okay. And I mean, you know, I get on my kick here because I support chickens. I don't know if this H5N1, you know, I think it's a scare. You know what I mean? Bird flu spreads to New York as humans told to stay alert after new H5N1 pandemic warning. Okay. You know, and I'm hearing a lot about it. I'm seeing it over and over again. I don't know. You know, I think they've got a lot of bad things in their pocket in case things don't go the way they want them to go.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it could go a couple different directions here. We might see some more of that good old, you know, 6 feet, you know, 2 weeks, you know. There are other articles that are talking about the eventual spread or the eventual jump to humans. And I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying that they have already pulled this trick before. And
it's too recent. It's too new. I don't think, but I could be wrong.
Right. This time, they want a bunch of bullheaded dudes like me to be like, nah, I'm not going to believe I'm not going to believe it this time.
And then it'll
and this time they really do something where we need to, because you remember the Doomsday Preppers show, right?
Yeah.
On the History Channel when they had all the Doomsday Preppers. A couple of them, what they were prepping for was like hardcore hazmat sanitation and protection against this specific scenario, specifically mass bird flu.
No, I'm pretty sure like every scenario on that show has happened on some level in the past 4 years.
Mojave Desert, good to see you, man. He said translators. Oh, my bad. I thought they were like, maybe they're like hardcore elite assassin, protector, diplomatic protection, and translators.
Right.
So they're capable of both asset protection, assassination, and translation.
Because the best
I don't know.
mercs need to speak other languages.
I don't know.
No,
I'm just joking.
kidding.
All right. Freak robot made in China can learn, think, and work like humans. Which sounds like, okay, and, you know what I mean? But some of the AI stuff, and I'm not talking about the stuff that we have access to. I'm talking about the stuff that they've showed us videos of, the robot that it did those basic tasks. Tim Pool showed it,
yeah.
and it spoke, and it even had like a stutter, not a hardcore stutter, but it was like, and it was like, it was really thinking,
right.
Or at least, I don't know. Look, it's getting crazy. Okay. Dystopia. It comes quickly. Okay. You guys be getting ready. Okay. If you have some Chappie, if you've never seen the movie Chappie.
But didn't they also release a video a couple years ago of like a AI robot on the beach, right? Remember? And the lady was like interviewing it on the beach, and it was running and stuff, and you could see that it was just a guy in a green suit, and they put a robot there.
Well, that was in China. That was on the China show with
but it's in China, so I'm
right.
just
Yeah,
saying,
you're right, but that was CGI that they were trying to fake.
I'm just saying, prove it. Okay, anybody can make a picture. Let me see it.
Between DARPA and Boston Dynamics, bro.
Yeah,
Look. Someone told me a long time ago to never underestimate anybody.
That's true.
And so once I come across certain organizations, secret societies, and super advanced technological secret, companies that are private, I don't underestimate any of these fools. I know that there's some underground dungeon laboratory with some serious crazy stuff. Okay, I'm sorry.
C-3PO, is that you? I love it. That's where I recognize it. Yes, that is C-3PO, actually. Matter of fact. Oh my goodness. With an Iron Man little chest inlay. Thank you. All right, I can go to bed now happy.
All right.
It's been bugging me.
Apple's new accessibility features allow you to control an iPhone or iPad with your eyes. And I know, at first glance, it's like, well, this is good for people with disabilities, paraplegic, or, have problems with their thumbs or their hands. Well, they have so many. Don't you see how people drive now? They got phone holders like crazy nowadays, man. I could rig up a phone holder for all kinds of stuff. Anyway, look, when I see this, okay, and all of these tracking or control or dystopic technocratic things that are, rolled out to the mainstream, it's I'm sorry, it's, well, what it tells me is, how good they are at looking at what you're looking at.
Right.
Okay, and how concerned they are with looking at what you're looking at. And buddy, if they are looking at your eyes, okay, that's proof they're concerned. They care about what you're looking at. I don't know. It's real bold to do the face zoom in thing. Sorry.
Right, and then they can gauge, reactions, which can be used in multiple.
And if they're studying your pupils,
Yep.
and they can tell what you're interested in.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
And if you're wearing a smartwatch, like
Right.
a lot of
then
people,
they can tell your blood pressure.
they can
how that
see
right.
They can see that your heart rate goes up.
Yep.
They're all this metadata these days. It's just compiling. They want to get to know you
They'll know you better than you know you.
real well, and that is true, Kelly. A very wise man told me that a smartphone is a dumb idea. Okay, a smartphone is a dumb idea. Okay, all right. We're just going to cruise through some of these articles. Frozen human brain tissue brought back to life in major breakthrough. Okay, saw this. I thought, gee, that looks interesting. And I thought I'd show you guys. Researchers in China have successfully frozen and thawed human brain tissue, after which regaining normal function. Okay. Oh, do you think it's weird that they're freezing brains? Okay. I wish that I had the clip that I found on Twitter of some neural scientist. Okay.
Talking about how he has brains.
Talking
and
about how he
puts
can
Alzheimer's.
No, man, it's way crazier. He can take a skin cell and make a sperm from it, and he can take saliva, and I don't know how to explain it. He can make a sperm and an egg, and I probably shouldn't be saying those words, but basically he said he could make, this isn't just some nobody. This was on mainstream.
Right.
Like this dude was talking on like a popular looking show,
Right.
just out in the open about how he can clone folks. And so like you have the soul,
Right.
but your clone is a biological, identical biological
Resident
copy.
Evil.
Think not just Resident Evil, but like the island with
but Resident Evil, they'd make as many copies of Alice to figure out how to exterminate her, remember?
Right. So like there is only one you with a soul, and
Right.
don't think that they aren't trying to figure out how to transfer that, okay, or at least transfer enough of you to make it look like you have a soul.
Right.
Okay, now I know that goes down a really crazy rabbit hole real quick. I'm just saying, you know, hey, like I said, those, you know, some kind of crazy dungeon laboratory with all these crazy experiments in it. There's no telling. And this guy was basically explaining, and it didn't look like it was some hidden camera. It looked like he was just coming out with it. And he talked about how he could grow a brain, like in a human, take the brain, and he has multiple. He has a lot of these brains that he tests.
Okay.
And he introduced Alzheimer's to this one brain.
Yes, that's exactly. I was just about to talk about that. Okay.
And basically, you know, he could test for different things and figure out how to combat or cure Alzheimer's, and which he did. And
but that I'm a little upset by that. So like this dude just has like brains floating around, like, and right, and how naive of me, right? Because like of course there's brains floating around somewhere, but like whose brains? And if you just grew them, does the brain know it's a brain? You know what I mean?
But
like
the
is it a
main
sentient
point,
brain?
the main point of the guy's video was not that he cured Alzheimer's or something like that. It was that he could make, with this technology, this cloning and growing, he could grow stuff. Like he could clone folks.
Right.
Okay. And what he could do is he could test, and he could make a specific, like a pathogen that was specific to your genetic makeup.
Yeah.
No one else around you would get it. Only you would get it.
And think about all the like ancestry stuff that people
Oh, and that's what he said.
saliva for,
That's right.
or like
23andMe was
cord
supposed to
blood.
be involved with his.
Remember back in the earlier 2000s when like cord blood was all the thing, and like giving, you know, stem cells from your child's cord, like umbilical cord, that way if they got cancer or something in the future, they'd be
I wish I had the
safe.
clip.
Like there for a while, it was real popular to send in your DNA for, you know, whatever. But anyway, I digress.
Kelly says, wait, you're missing what a great thing this is. They've discovered the cure for brain freeze. We can drink slushies as fast as we want now. Now I really want a slushie. That's right. On my new detail, targeted weapons. Targeted bioweapons specifically. That's right. Yep.
Anyway.
Okay. So, let's keep her moving here. Okay. All right. I could probably talk about this for a lot longer.
Just Scotty, that's funny.
Just Scotty, what's up, man? Let's see. All right. So if you thought we were talking on the crazy train a second ago, let's keep her moving then. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Pope to hold press conference on aliens and the supernatural.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Can I read just a little bit of this? Just
Yeah.
a little bit, okay?
The Vatican has announced that it will hold a press conference tomorrow on supernatural phenomena. The conference will touch on aliens and how the Vatican will deal with potential encounters in the future. According to a notice on the Vatican's website, it will kick off at noon tomorrow and will feature 3 prominent Vatican members being held to present the new provisions of the dicastery. I can't say that. I'm sorry. Dicastery for the doctrine of the faith for discerning between apparitions and other supernatural phenomena. It will be led by Cardinal Victor Manuel Fernandez, Messenger Armando Mateo, and Daniel del Gaudio. Okay. The former are part of the Vatican's doctrine of the faith. At the same time, the latter is listed as the director of the International Observatory. Okay, so it's a bunch of dudes from the Vatican in Rome. Okay. The move to hold the press conference has caused ripples in the alien community, as one like this hasn't been held since February 1978. However, according to the National Catholic Reporter, it is being done so after a surge in reporting of aliens and supernatural phenomena from mainstream media, such as the one you're currently reading. Cardinal Franjo Saper explained how the move made by the Pope and his officials is necessary. He said, moreover, the ease of going from one place to another fosters frequent pilgrimages. I can't say that right. Pilgrimages. Can help me, guys. So that ecclesiastical authority should discern quickly about the merits of such matters. The press conference will see new guidelines launched on how the Vatican will deal with aliens and phenomena created by them, or alleged aliens, etc. Until now, pretty much everything has been dismissed by the Pope and its investigative team, so it remains to be seen what the new document will do in terms of being more open to it.
Well, hold on. When was that posted?
So,
because that might have been today.
It might have been.
I'll have to look it up.
Pope to hold press conference.
Yeah, so it was either today or yesterday.
Yeah.
We'll have to look that up and see what all they said.
I was trying to see if I could find that. Okay. All right. I'm not able to find it right now, but just wanted to throw that out there. Okay. All right. Go outside for your sanity. Spending 67 minutes outdoors refreshes mental health.
In other words, you need 67 minutes of their, chemtrail. No, I'm just kidding.
Of chemtrails.
Exposure a
fake
day.
sun.
No, I'm just kidding.
And HARP. Make sure to mix some of that, soda and stuff that we want the...
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently, who'd have thought?
Who'd have thought?
Going outside is good for your mental health.
Touch some grass, the kids say. Touch some grass. Sorry, that was obnoxious.
High levels of weed killer found in more than half of a certain sample from men, study finds.
Don't be wearing that stuff on your back too much. Not caring when it spills.
More than 55% of those certain type of samples from a French infertility clinic contained high levels of glyphosate, the world's most common weed killer, raising further questions about the chemical impact on reproductive health and overall safety, a new study found. So, yeah, I mean, I've been doing yard work my whole life. My first job ever was pushing a mower with me and my buddy, and we was making money, the whole neighborhood, you know what I mean? And so it's just funny how weed killer has always come up in my life, and how I've always had this repulsiveness around it. Like, I can't stand weed killer of any kind. You know what I mean? Can't stand touching it. And then when I was working at Jackson Country Club in Mississippi, which is a PGA course, one of the older guys, he told me, he was like, that stuff is straight up cancer. He was, and he'd been there for over 30 years. So, I mean, I know that he has seen some stuff.
Yeah.
And he just reaffirmed I had this natural where I just didn't really want it. I didn't want to touch it, didn't want to be around it, didn't want any of it on me. Would do anything else. Please don't make me spray it.
But much like Kelly, let's maybe shift our perspective. Do you think that the children of these samples are maybe able to have like weed killing superpowers? Like if they roll around in the driveway, do you think you don't have to worry about weeds?
Wait, say that again?
I'm saying, let's just change our perspective. Do you think the children of these samples maybe could be like weeds could be like hyperphobic of them, or you know what I mean? Like phobic of them?
The children will kill the weeds.
Exactly. So like for us, like we could just have the kids like roll in the driveway for a little bit.
I don't know.
And then when it's done, just bring them in for dinner and stuff, and like everything else is fine. It's just like something they do. They could probably charge. I don't know. There could be possibilities here.
I have no idea. I don't know. What do you guys think?
That'd be really cool and handy. Like have a my weed killing child. I don't know. It's late, y'all. I'm tired.
Hey, go pee on that fence line over there for me. Okay. All right.
That's good.
All right.
That's good.
3.8 magnitude earthquake rattles small town north of Dyersburg, Tennessee. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying.
Do you think the people that felt it kind of maybe thought that
With
it was
all
New
the
Madrid?
hoopla around the eclipse, talking about like, you know, we haven't had a eclipse since back in these days, and back then there was this giant earthquake like 3 months later, and now we're starting to see seismic activity on the fault, on the what is this fault line called?
Well,
St.
I don't
Andrews.
know if that's part of the New Madrid.
New
but,
Madrid. This is so, you know, I would think it's pretty close to the New Madrid fault line. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest, and it's just a little weird that, you know, we've got, you know, seismic activity.
Right.
Okay.
So, do you think that people that felt it thought it was the New Madrid? Because I would have. If I felt it, I'd be like, "This is it." I would have.
I just think it has something to do with the eclipse, and
do
I don't
too.
know. I don't know exactly. I'm not qualified to, you know. I'm just bringing it to your attention.
And also,
And I'm saying it's fishy. I'm saying everything is fishy. Okay, but we are not afraid. Okay?
I'm not afraid, but I keep having tsunami dreams. Big, huge tsunami dreams.
Really?
Yeah. Over and over and over again. Repeatedly.
Tsunami dreams.
Tsunami!
Well, pray for us to figure out what that means.
It's not scary. It's just like, whoa. That's a big wave.
Yeah, and if you've seen the future map of America, you should. If you haven't, you should. You just Google that, future map of America. It's a declassified Navy file for a future prediction of what the land mass will look like in the future, America.
That's right.
And
Louisiana ain't there.
yeah, a lot of it
Didn't
ain't
make
there.
the call.
A lot of it ain't there.
And coincidentally, Louisiana, look, my bingo card says Louisiana is going to be the new Florida with Jeff Landry. I think that he's going to be the new DeSantis. DeSantis is kind of like laying low ever since the whole, you know.
I don't think that anybody in leadership, look, in the state of Louisiana, if you knew how many oil refineries and how much industry was involved with that river, okay, the Mississippi River, look, I believe that the governor has been, that position is in the pocket of the people who own this effing state. You know what I'm saying? So, like, in my opinion, like the industry, they have way more to say around here than any elected official. And like the elected official, even if it's the governor, okay, he might be able to pretend like he's the president of the state or whatever. But like in the state of Louisiana, at least, in my opinion,
Sheriff.
you know, he's
But I will say, you know, we've got, which this is a little old news now.
he has power as long as what he does doesn't interfere or mess with the
flow.
The flow.
Dang it, what was I about to say? Hang on. Oh, it's old news now, but y'all heard about Baton Rouge and the whole St. George. So like basically, I think it's like 100,000 people don't like the way that Baton Rouge is being run. They're getting taxed. They're not getting, you know, their stuff is not getting taken care of. It's going to the wrong places. So they withdrew. They seceded from the city and created a new city called St. George. And, you know,
I think it's a beautiful thing, and I'm in full support of it.
But I'm just saying, you know, Louisiana's been in the headlines a lot lately, and they didn't make the roll call for the future men. So, I don't know.
All right, let's see here. Soon, parts of Paris will be off limits without a QR code.
Do you think that that's because of migrants?
I think that you were really smart to say that, because I wasn't even thinking about that. When I see stuff like this, my mind is going to technocratic, dystopic, control, track, control, track, and train. That's what they're doing with this conditioning of, you know, access points to entryways. The outside of a bunch of like big cities are going to become like, I don't know how to say this, Western societal collapse, and then you're going to have establishments inside of the cities that are protected.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like this whole area you can't even access unless you're willing to scan. You know what I mean?
Right. But when you say you can't access, do you mean like that Aldi, you know, where it's like a gate that's, you know, 18 inches high and, you know, anybody could just skip over it?
At first, conditioning. They can't just roll it out. It's got to be a little bit at a time. Drip feed, I think. The French capital, Paris, will be split into zones this summer, with anyone wanting to enter certain areas required to show a pass on their phone. Special measures will be in place throughout the city as part of increased security around the Olympic Games, which starts in July. So it's it's for the Olympic Games.
I don't want another Munich.
Well, like I said, conditioning. They're working
Yeah,
it out.
no,
Hey, if this
absolutely.
works out pretty good, they might, you know, think about using it differently in the future. Anyone wishing to enter certain zones, including residents, will have to apply for a special pass.
I think that's Joe.
On a platform run by police. It mostly applies to people driving, but even pedestrians will need to show a QR code to enter an area called the Gray Zone around the river scene in the center where the opening ceremony will take place. The codes will be checked at access points along the entrance to each zone, manned by officers. Applications for the passers opened today, with people needing to upload various documents to be authorized. After the official start of the games, the zone will be lifted, but drivers will still need to show their pass at the perimeters of the red and blue zones, which cover significant areas of the city, while gray zones will cover the exact areas where events are taking place. The policy has echoes of the Wuhan Wiggle Pass system during the pandemic, when many countries introduced QR code passes stored on phone apps for people to prove they had been, they had accepted the potion or the jab and access certain venues or transport.
It bothers me that they spelled authorized wrong.
To be granted a pass, people must show proof of identity and identity photo, their address, the potentially other documents, including vehicle registration document or proof of their employer. The UK government warns that terrorists are very likely to try to carry out attacks in France, saying methods have included knife attacks, shootings, bombings, and vehicle attacks. Zones prohibiting road traffic once the games begin are designed to protect the flow of spectators from the Olympic and Paralympic venues, organizers said. They will be activated each day of the event on the site 2.5 hours before the first competition and 1 hour after the last. Applying for a QR code Games Pass is free, and people who already have tickets to events do need to apply for a separate pass unless they want to access the area in advance.
Whew, good thing, because, you know, anybody that has something bad planned definitely is not going to wait 2.5 hours to do it, you know. So they definitely wouldn't sneak in there before they, activated the thing. Definitely not.
Anti says, put cayenne pepper on the bacon in your honor, folks. Sounds good. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? I know we're, I don't know. You guys check this out. I wanted to show you. Okay. You tell me. Okay. And I'll tell you what I think.
No, let's just watch it and let's not say anything.
One of these things is not like.
I can't play the music, but you see, one of these things is not like the other. And maybe it's all just age. Maybe it's just, people change how they look. That one's not so easy to see, but,
I learned a new word this week. It's called skibbity, and that's what he reminds me of sometimes.
Just the word skibbity.
No, the scary thing that we saw. The scary
Okay, those
face.
earlobes are different. There are different.
Yeah.
Okay, straight
it looks
up.
like Bobby Knight in that one, not in the other one.
You know, the eyes, the earlobes. All right, guys.
I saw one picture where there was a tab.
100%.
That freaks me out to my core. I can't handle.
100%, bro. They have doubles. Okay, like all of them have doubles.
Whatever one makes that freaky smile, please, please, please get rid of that. Please, that freaks me out.
I was going straight to that.
No, dude, that freaks me out. That's the skibbity picture. Okay, it's very scary.
It looks like he's saying skibbity.
No, it's like that. Remember that scary thing that pops out of the toilet that the kids are saying? No? Okay, it was just.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It happens to women as they get older. They cling to. Ah, that one.
Skibbity.
Oh, gosh. That is horrifying.
Isn't it?
You know,
That's your present.
I watched this show when I was younger called Spirited Away, and there was this one big thing in this spirit world, and it had big teeth, and it just ate
Yeah, that's
everything.
exactly what I was thinking too.
And it freaked me out just like this. Oh my gosh.
Someone in the comments says, I showed this to a liberal friend. They completely deny there's any difference.
LOL.
Isn't that hilarious? The real Joe Biden, actor Joe Biden, you know? And it's always after their, how do I say this? You know, after their 9/11 stunt. Whatever it is, right? They turn real dumb. You remember after September 2001, okay, right after, Bush is telling everybody to go shopping, and then all of a sudden he can't answer questions. He's too dumb. Like, you know, he answers questions in the most dumbest way. Like, you know, he acts like a dumb Southerner. Like they lay into this dumb role.
That is true. Kelly does have a point. Like a doppelganger, like that's been happening for a long time, and it's not really that bad as long as they're not the ones like calling. Like who's calling the shots?
Tis dishonest in nature.
That's right.
Whether or not it is normal, we must admit it is wrong.
Oh, that's right.
Anyway.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, now you were just talking about. We were all just, you know, talking about not much going on this election year, huh? Right?
No.
I actually think there is a lot going on, and it's big. Okay? It's big. Okay? This is an army of veterans who are prepared to do whatever is necessary to uphold the... Can y'all read that? Okay? Tiff is worried that I'm going to trip Uncle Algorithm.
No, I ain't worried about Uncle Algorithm.
Okay.
I'm worried about the same thing every one of these dudes in this building is worried about, and that's a glowy. No, I'm just kidding.
It says their numbers are growing by the thousands, and it's getting real. So, listen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would laugh, though. I wouldn't laugh, but what if it's just a motorcycle club that's really big and, you know, like super awesome, and they just captioned it, and everybody's like, yeah.
Do you really think it's going to pop off? I mean, what would it look like? You know, I don't know. I mean, it definitely tells me, like, this country is, like, right now, they are intentionally putting us in a pressure keg. You know what I mean?
That's right.
A very slow, very, you know, water, you know, boiling water. You know what I mean? Very slow. All right. Go to war zone. Stop. Leave women and children in safe country. Stop. Go to safe country. Leave women and children in war zone. Okay. I'm just saying. You know, it's a meme. Right? Anyway. Then there's this. Right? They are already here.
Boy.
They just don't have uniforms on yet. What do you guys think about that? You know? Seriously. Everything the state says is a lie. Everything it has stolen. Hey.
All right.
A minor detail. Thank you so much, brother. Brofist. He says, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Come on.
All right. I'll get out of the weeds. I'm getting out of the weeds. Okay. I like to hang out here. All right. I saw this. I thought maybe it would concern you guys. Maybe I should show you guys. Digital ID has officially been passed in Australia. Okay. Let's see.
The bill for an act to provide for the accreditation of entities in relation to digital IDs and to establish the Australian government digital ID system and for related purposes.
I have to report that the Digital ID Transitional and Consequential Provisions Bill 2023 has been fully considered by the Federation Chamber and has been agreed to without amendment. I present a certified copy of the bill. The question is that the bill be agreed to. I'll put the question. Those opinions say aye. Against no. I think the ayes have it. Those have it. Division required. No division required. This bill has been agreed to.
So, digital ID has officially been passed in Australia. This was their ultimate goal with the Wuhan Wiggle, okay, or otherwise known as, I've been programmed to not say it, okay. 15-minute cities coming soon.
Oh, yeah. Although I have heard reports of the line not doing well.
Let's see.
Aim could be to force you to have digital ID and to use central bank digital currencies, and cash eventually will be, either withdrawn or impractical to get, or vendors, won't take it and so on. And I point out to people that if you have to show a unique digital ID before you can do anything, like buy gasoline or food, or maybe even enter a supermarket or buy anything, then that means that the person controlling that database, if they want to set a condition like you have to be up to date with your vaccines, then they've effectively forced you to roll your sleeve up, and they can inject you with whatever they like, even a poison, a slow-acting poison. Now, obviously, they're not going to tell you you're being injected with slow-acting poison. I'm telling you that I think you're going to be injected with a slow-acting poison. And this is going to be one system. It won't be run by your government. They will have no influence over it. It'll be run by some Uber tech company. Who's setting the validity conditions now? Is it the WHO? Is it somebody with lots of money that doesn't like you? I mean, you've no idea. There's nothing you can do about it. It's not susceptible to democratic editing. So I've made a public statement, which I hope I don't regret, to say I'm not signing up. Because I think that's the first step. And I think the second step, central bank digital currencies that we should talk about, especially cashless. Now, at that point, if you want to eat or move or even buy a bottle of water, you are now completely in the grip of whoever runs those systems. You've got no anonymity of any transaction. And if the algorithm decides that you're a bad person, or you're too far from your registered address, or there's an R in the month or whatever, the system automatically will use an algorithm and just say it will deny you the transaction. And you can't even argue with someone, because you'll find your digital pass won't function beyond whatever radius they let you have. You are on a leash. Do you remember during lockdown? These people can apply the cattle leash to all of us at any time, and they will. That's the whole point of this. You do not need it, they need you to have it. That's what they're going to do with it. And so I know it sounds weird, but I think this is the totalitarian takeover of humanity followed by depopulation. It's the most logical explanation. And even if I'm wrong about the depopulation, do you want to live in a world where you've got a digital leash around your neck that limits where you can go, when you can do it, what you can buy, from where, that sounds like the worst excesses of Soviet Russia or China. So if we allow it to come into being, it's the end of human freedom forever. I've said.
All that being said by the former vice president of Pfizer. This guy is the former vice president of Pfizer.
Whoa.
Okay.
请看镜头，请分享。好累，都得刷身份证才让进。请看镜头，请分享。好累，都得刷身。
So it says, you have been warned. This could be your future. In China, gas stations have deployed facial recognition, a form of digital ID, to stop people with low social credit scores from refueling cars. You can't buy food, refuel your car, etc. if your social credit score gets too low.
Yeah, hold on, stop. Just check that out. Like, that looks like a prison. Look at the barbed wire. Stop. Look at the barbed wire. Look at the gating around it and the compound looking walls, like for a gas station, yo.
Yeah, because fuel is it's a big resource, huge resource. Yeah, might want to screenshot that. Beware the future digital weapons for a silent war. Well, I know that's true. All right. Last article here. Last article. Peru officially classifies these folks as this. Mentally ill. Okay, what do you think about that?
Is it a step in the right direction, or is it adding fuel to a fire?
It's how they categorize them. So
right,
I guess you
but...
take that is for what it is. You know, whatever you're gonna do with it. Like that's their official position. Okay.
All right.
I thought this was so cool. I've got to get one of these. Tell me what you think about this.
My name is Nick Norsvidze. I'm going to demonstrate for you the world's first hydrogen-based cook stove, carbon-free, using water as a fuel source. So the way that the device works is we use fresh water. It could be non-potable water, deposited into this tank here. So Roger, you can just hold that for me. We're just going to pour the water. And you don't need much. So the water goes inside there. That's fine, thank you. You can see the water level there. And that the way that this gas stove works is it uses electrolysis as the main technology. So it uses fresh water with electrolysis, with a little bit of current, to split water into hydrogen and oxygen gas. Then we use that gas for cooking. So what I'll do here is I'll turn it on. It's only 3 simple steps. Fill with water, turn on the switch, and light the gas. It's that easy. So now it's producing the gas. So that is the hydrogen gas coming out. See that? Look how fast that is.
So pretty much that is what you're burning to.
Exactly. And it's instantaneous, right? So now what I'm going to do is I will close this. As you can see, we have 2 burners. I will close this burner and I will light this burner, and you can see the hydrogen gas burning. And that's hydrogen gas. Hydrogen burns orange. So it's extremely hot. If you put your hand there, you could feel it. It's quite hot. Just be careful. And that's an extremely effective way to cook. It could boil water in about 3 minutes. So as you can see on the flame, this is a really high temperature gas, roughly 1600 degrees Celsius. So this can boil water really quickly, around 3 minutes. So this is the only way to produce the cleanest possible flame, free of carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxides. It's extremely safe. You can inhale it. It doesn't make any smoke, and the fuel is free, especially if you're in Kenya with beautiful, beautiful nature full of water. So thank you for your time, and once again, we appreciate the interest in our technology. Thanks again.
I want one.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Isn't that the coolest thing since sliced bread? Okay. Cool. And that's exactly what I was thinking, a minute detail. He said same tech can be used to run a car. And I think a guy was working on something like this when he was invited out to dinner with some oil executives from an oil company, and then he died. Somehow. Mysteriously. Okay, he mysteriously died. Yeah. I just think that's so cool, man. And I'm totally into this kind of stuff. Like, you know, because of camping and hurricane mode, you know what I mean? I'll pull out the gas stove when everything, if the power's off. So all you need is a source of water. All you need is a source of water, okay, and some solar panels, because there is some small current that's needed. So I don't know if you recharge this device, which I assume you do, you know. Dude, this is awesome. This is awesome. This is my kind of stuff. All right, guys. We are going to move into the word. Wisdom will multiply your days and add years to your life. Proverbs 9:11. Okay, that's awesome. Just sometimes Proverbs hits me like a wake-up call. It's like, hey, be wise. You know what I mean? Make wise choices. It will literally add days, multiply your days, okay, and add years to your life. Years. And so I know that's not a lie. So, like, I mean, that's like a wake-up call. It's like, hey, wake up. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1:5. How y'all doing tonight? Pretty chill evening.
It is a pretty chill evening.
Shew me thy ways, O Lord. Teach me thy paths. In Jesus' name. Jesus said, you cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve both God and money. Luke 16:13. Honor me by trusting in me in your day of trouble. Cry aloud to me, and I will be there to rescue you. Don't forget that. You notice that day is turning upside down? Cry out aloud to the Lord. And I believe he will help you. He will literally rescue you. I know we need it. Sometimes I know we need it. I will love thee, O Lord, my strength. Give freely and become more wealthy. Be stingy and lose everything. Proverbs 11:24. Give freely and become more wealthy. Be stingy and lose everything. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. Amen. Amen. Ain't that some good stuff?
Yes, it is.
Ain't that some good stuff? Well, love you folks. Okay? All right. Look, it's been a good one. That's about all we've got for you this evening. We have so much more to get into, guys. So make sure that you are subscribed. Ring the bell for me. Click the bell. It's important. That way you guys get our notifications for who knows, you know, here very soon. And I mean very soon, we could have another episode where we get back in the habit of hanging out and going over what's going on. And, you know, I want to say thank you so much to all those who super chat or super thanks or whatever you do to help support us in these days. I know we desperately need it. Thank you to all those who are posting links to good information. Patrick, I salute you. And to the rest of you, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us this evening. You have no idea what it means to us that you could be doing anything. You could be anywhere, watching anybody, doing whatever, and you're hanging out with us, and that's a big deal to me, and I thank you guys sincerely. And, hey, I love you guys. Go do and don't worry, you know. Keep your head on a swivel. What's wrong?
Just like the sun, the light. No, it's because of the light rate, right?
Yeah, I think it's the frame rate. But anyway, guys.
Sorry about that. So sorry.
Y'all have a blessed rest of your evening, whatever's left of it. I hope you have a great night. Okay. And I wish I knew somewhere else that we could all go hang out. Maybe Indius is live. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Hopefully someone's live. I wish we could go hang out somewhere else. But you guys have a blessed night. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Much love, everybody. Bro fist me. Long time. Been a minute since we've had a good bro fisting. Love you guys. See you on the next one.